Join me, 48 Hours correspondent Erin Moriarty, on my podcast, My Life of Crime, as I take on true crime investigations like no other. This season, I'm looking into the labyrinth of crime and secrets within families. I'm cutting straight to the evidence and talking to the people directly involved, including investigators and the families of victims. Listen to My Life of Crime with Erin Moriarty wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, so I wanted to talk on this because it's something that I guess it happens frequently. And I'm like, wow, all right. You know, you hear about it, but you don't really see it, you know? Like, it's somewhere it's like I don't see it happen in real life. I don't see videos on it, but at times you'll see it in movies. You know, at times you'll hear stories about it. So, before I was just getting ready to go to sleep, right? I ended my stream, chilled in my friend's stream for a little bit, but I was getting ready to go to sleep. And I was like, you know, before I go to bed, I have a little ritual. I go on TikTok, social media, all that stuff, make sure I send out posts, do whatever I need to post, and doing things on social media. And then I got on TikTok. I get on TikTok, I see this video of this guy. And he's walking by, he was getting ready to talk to this girl, but he seen that she was with somebody. And so he was like, oh, my bad. Backed off, went on about his business, went to his extremely nice car. He had one of the newer Corvettes. So a beautiful looking car, bro. Them new Corvettes, I'm telling you right now, like, you cannot look at one of the new Corvettes and be all like, that's an ugly car. That car is beautiful, bro. It is an amazing looking car. But so anyways, she wasn't going to give him any time of the day until he had walked up to his car. I kid you not, she got out of the guy's car because she had already said, so she was already with another guy. She got out of his car to approach the man that was walking by that she ignored when he originally started flirting with her. And I'm like, why do people do stuff like that, man? Like, so pretty much she was like trying to get a dude's number while she was already with another dude. I can't do stuff like that, man. Like, that's something where you see things like that. It's like, it's one thing if you're not in a relationship. I know people always wonder, like, you know, is it bad talking to, like, if you're ready to settle down, you have to be ready to settle down with that one person and that one person only, but you can't be out talking to a bunch of different people and stuff. So I guess, like, when you're dating, then yeah, you're dating, you're testing the waters with everybody. But if you're not in a committed relationship, and I would assume that, I don't know, maybe not, that they had something going on, right? They had something going on. But she goes and says to the guy, when the guy was like, he was like, is that your boyfriend over there? She goes and says, nah, that's just my little friend. That is hurtful. The dude approaches, while she's flirting with this guy, he approaches her and he's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you? And she's all like, you know, trying to push him off and things. So he got in his car and drove off. And so the crazy thing about it, if I'm out, right? Because I just want to paint out this picture of what had happened. If I'm out and a girl does that and she's flirting with another guy right there in front of my face, I'm leaving. And so that's what the guy did. He started getting in his car, leaving. She walks up. I kid you not. In this video, she walks up, all right? I'm probably going to do a video version of this so people can see the video and things. But no, she walks up and tries to go back to the guy's car that she just so-called said that was her little friend. No, your little friend ain't opening up his little car door and letting you get inside his little car. You gonna have to find another way of transportation of heading back home. But you ain't getting back in my car. No, that's crazy for her to have the audacity to walk back up to the guy's car and try to get back in. No, no, that is crazy. That is some crazy stuff. Like, nah, if that ain't the most entitled thing that I have seen in a long time, bro, and that's, it trips me out. Like, I see that a lot. And I just kind of wanted to defend those out there that's kind of in a situation like that where you're not as financially stable as most people. Like, you ain't driving an extremely nice Corvette. No, you're driving like a Honda Civic or a Toyota or freaking, something that's, it ain't gonna live up to being no Corvette and things. It's mess. And even those out there where you don't have a car, where it's like you're not living a life that you want to live. Like, you just living a life that's given to you. And it's messed up that a lot of people, they look at that and they're like, my thing is this: as long as you're trying to do something with your life, like because I know people probably would ask me that question, like, well, what would you do if you met a girl, she ain't had like no job, no car, she's living off of family and all that stuff. I'm like, if she wants to better herself and she wants to like have it where she's in a good financial spot and she don't have to worry about relying on other people, like she wants to work for the things that she that she wants. If that's what she wants to do, then I'm like, fam, I would help her. I'm not gonna just sit there and let her and watch her struggle, or think that if I go out and buy her these things, she gotta do everything that I say. I'm like, bruh, I'm not her master. I ain't gonna even want her to look at me that way. I'm like, no, we all put in work, all right? In my household, we all put in work. That's just facts. That's just that. All right. So it's like it's on some stuff where it's just I'm not gonna look at a person and be like, oh well, it's like I'm not gonna just be going there and handing them everything that they need to get handed to them. Like, no, I'm like, you're gonna have to put in some work. But and I want to help people. I guess that's just with me. It's like I want to help out people and stuff. So. But I'm not no fool where it's like, oh, I can I can realize when I'm being used. So. But yeah, I just think that, that it's just crazy where it's like, just because your significant other, he ain't like rich and he ain't got money like this guy that's driving this Corvette, it's like, fam, that's still your significant other. Have respect for them. It trips me out, like, where people, when they, like, because I had just seen, so then it was yesterday, I seen a video where the girls were like, they were, I think, yeah, so the guy asked them, would you date somebody that makes less money? Would you date a guy that makes less money than you? And all this, all the girls, they were saying, oh, yeah, sure, yeah. And then one of the girls was all like, hey, it's whatever. If he makes a minimum wage, he makes it. And then all of a sudden, the tune had just changed. All those girls had looked at that one particular friend, was like, what minimum wage? What do you mean and stuff? And it's things like that where it's like, fam, look, now, again, defending people. They can't help it if they don't got no multi-million-dollar business. Yeah, they can work towards it, but if they're okay with the life that they're living, where it's like they put in work, they get the money that they can get, whether it's minimum wage or whatever and stuff, if that's all that they want to get in life, fam, that's their life that they want to live. That's what they want to do. But it's like, it's the thing is, and it's just one of those things where it's like, if they got something to provide for themselves, like if they're okay with their living situations, where it's like, if they live in an apartment, they're not living in no big old fancy, mansion that's the size of a college campus and stuff. If they're fine with living in their little studio, and I don't want to use the word little, because I don't even want to make it seem like, to them, that's probably the best thing that could have happened to them getting a studio apartment, or them even just renting out a room at a friend's house. What else? Them having their minimum wage job, their low-end car and all that things. Because you sit down and think about it. Like, imagine the maintenance that goes in to, having like one of them fancy Corvettes. Like, your Honda, then plus probably the tabs, and then all the other extra money you got put in that car. I'm saying, like, versus, if you live like a Honda Civic or whatever, you saving up money for your car. So it's like, in case of a situation goes down, you need gas money, you got gas money. You need to replace a part, you got the money for that. You trying to replace a part on a Tesla or a Corvette or a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, it's going to cost you some money and stuff. And then it's like, I can only imagine how much the tabs cost probably for them cars and things. But it's like, yeah, I'm like, if in my current situation, if I'm making minimum wage, or if I'm, relying on, like, speaking for myself, I'm relying on the money that I make through content creating. It's like, yeah, I can't go out and get me no Corvette. I would like to. It's just going to take some time. But at the current moment being, I'm like, I'm just going to survive off of what I can survive off of. And I'm like, and for somebody to look at me like I'm dirt underneath their shoe and things, I'm like, nah, man. It's people like that where it's like, I think we all just need people that can just accept us for us. Like, they're not looking at us like, oh, you're a joke, you're this, you're that, you're not enough. And it's like, and that'd be the main stuff that'll cause a person to be depressed, cause a person to just be going through all this, like, mental trauma and all, because that's something that guy is going to remember forever. That he's in, that's something where it's like, to that man, I hope that motivates him. I hope that makes him just, work harder, all that stuff, just be the best version of himself so that girl can sit there. Because, no, that is going to eat her up. That is going to eat her up, because let's say that man goes out, buys himself a lottery ticket, and it's one of them, like, big old, like, Mega Million Powerball, whatever, and that man ends up winning, like $50 million or something like that, right? And if he's posting all online that he got this nice fancy house, this car, all these other, that same Corvette, all that stuff, I guarantee and I promise you that girl gonna be trying to hit him up talking about, how come you ain't answering my calls, how come you ain't doing this, how come you ain't doing this. Like, fam, no, the thing is this: if they were in a relationship, even if they were dating and they were out on a date, getting ready to go on a date, it don't matter. It's like, fam, you signed off on whatever could have happened the day you decide to walk up to that guy and start handing out your number. No, that's on some stuff where it's like, no, like, I just think that's not a guy code, that's not a girl code, that's just an overall code. That is a code that you do not do when you are out on a date, all right? Even if it's so much as a date, bro, like first date, whatever you want to call it, you do not flirt, look, you don't even think about another person when you're on, because that ain't no different than if, like, let's say you're on a date, right? And you're, you chilling with a guy or a girl and you call them the wrong name. Fam, that's equally damaging, because that person gonna be like, why are you thinking about this other? So it's on some stuff where it's like, you just gotta have respect for the person that you like. Yeah, if you're gonna end things off with them, but like, don't do that to them, and especially if they are your ride, bro. They are your ride. That's on some stuff where I'm like, look, because currently I don't have a car. If I'm on a date with a woman, I'm not going to be, fam, she's going to probably think that something's wrong with me, because I'm just going to be looking at her, focus on her, hearing everything that she has to say, paying attention just directly to her. I'm not going to be looking, thinking, talking, trying to get numbers, all that stuff. No, I am focused on her. I don't even care if it's a situation where it's like we're at some place, because I feel like, no, what do they call it? Like, I don't think, no, they don't call it that. But let's just say there's a place that exists where we both went there, and you just be out there, just, you can flirt with anybody that you want to flirt with. I feel like clubs, it ain't really a club. It could be a club though. But I don't know. Like, I just started thinking of it, and I'm like, nah, that just a swingers club? No, because that's like, well, I don't know. Then again, I'm like, that could exist. I don't know. But anyways, even if we are at some place like that, I'm still just focused on her. But no, I wouldn't even want to go to no place like that, because I'm like, no, I prefer where we just go out to eat somewhere and things, to a nice restaurant, and I'm all like, I'll pay. But yeah, that's on some stuff where it's like, no, I can't go to no club where everybody flirting with everybody. That's just, to me, that's just weird. That's too many people I'm conversating with. I said that before. I'm like, I don't do so well in crowds and all that stuff. So I'm like, nah, that's somewhere I'm like, nah, can't be me. I'm sorry, but. No, that video, man, it just didn't sit well with me, because I'm like, it's stuff like that where it's like, then you just pushing the guy off like he ain't just there. It's stuff like that where it's like, no, you go and you crush somebody's feelings like that, then you expecting them to, listen to you or give you, it really tripped me out that she walked back up to the guy's car. She walked back up to the guy's car and went at the door handle as if like he was gonna really let her back in the car. No, you signed off on that relationship or dating, whatever you want to call it. You were no longer dating that person. You were no longer in a relationship with it. And it's messed up. Like, it's one thing if they're on a date and they haven't really called it an official relationship. They just out on a date. Then it's like, all right, I might not sweat it, well, no, I'm not going to talk with her no more, but I'm not going to be like hurt by it and things. If we are in a relationship, right? And I see you walk up to another guy and then you point at me and you say, "Oh, I'm just there. That's just my little friend." No, I'm all like, at this point, don't talk to me, don't text me, don't call me, unfollow me. In matter of fact, I will remove you as a follower. I'm like, unfriend me. Whatever like other social media platforms we're on, just drop all contacts from me. I ain't trying to hear nothing that you guys would say. If you are in like a life or death situation, then you can reach out to some people that I know, and then they'll reach out to me. But other than that, I'm on some like Denzel Washington, American Gangster type stuff. I'm like, you contact him and then he'll contact me, but don't you contact no cell phones. So, he didn't say so, because that took place in like the 70s, I think. So he didn't say no cell phones, but he was like, don't talk on. It was something, but anyways, yeah, it's stuff like that, man, where people are that disrespectful to somebody. I'm like, nah, it just don't sit well with me. So. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. It's late. I'm not going to do no promo stuff. I'll save the promo stuff for another episode. But anyways, thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.